right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is DevTech 101, aka BlackMantel, as I discuss information technology, also known as IT. And in this video today, I want to bring about a series of different steps and things that you can do about breaking into the IT space. And so I was listening to some of the comments that I got on the channel and want to most definitely create a video into getting to the practice of doing it. So if you have not actually yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Let people you know who are interested in IT, who want to learn more and keep up with IT news and cybersecurity things, definitely like, listen, and subscribe as well. So a lot of people think that you need a big fancy degree, bachelor's degree, associate's degree, master's degree, and sometimes even PhD or whatever, and thousands of dollars in equipment to break into the IT space itself. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not true. It's not necessary. What you really need is the right mindset and the ability to be patient and work with baby steps in order to get into the space. Now, I'm not speaking for what I've researched on YouTube. I am speaking wholeheartedly from the heart, from experience being in the industry for just about 2 decades here. And so the experience spans across multiple different lines of business and also in the IT business as well. I understand it a little bit different than what most people understand it. Now, this is not a course. This is not get you to buy one of my courses. It is not about that at all. This is strictly me providing information, giving back to the community of people who may know someone trying to get into the space, or you may want to get into it yourself. And so when you look at why the mindset matters when you're looking into IT, is let me drop a couple things on you here. It can be overwhelming because there are hundreds of jobs that are out there. So if you was to go out, for example, and you go into indeed.com, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen so that you all can actually see it, see me go through it, because like I said, it is most definitely necessary. So I want to be able to provide that information to you all wholeheartedly where you're able to see everything that I am getting into here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, and then we're going to then go ahead and proceed on through the channel as we're getting information here. So just as well, going out there, you're getting on Indeed and say you're looking at some job opportunities. So let's say if we put West Memphis, Arkansas on there, or matter of fact, let's go to a bigger city. Let's go to Little Rock. That would be a little bit closer here. So if we put Little Rock, Arkansas in there, we're going to put entry level IT jobs. And I'm just going on the basic notes, okay? Just basic things. And you can see there are some IT jobs that popped up in here from what we can see. And looking at these IT jobs here, you see that they're going to be most of the time on an hourly kind of rate looking thing, right? But if you're looking for a way to get yourself a foot in the door, you may can try and look at contract opportunities. Contract opportunities is going to be a way for you to show the best that you can show at that particular job site and maybe turn into a full-time opportunity. If you're not looking for that, definitely select full-time, definitely be able to search for that specifically. And I put the entry level into there because if you don't have experience, this will allow you to see what's out there and get your foot into the door. Now, when you're looking at job titles, you're looking at certifications, or you're looking at career paths, there are a couple of ways that you can look at it. So if you are a holder of any of the CompTIA certifications, we're going to go ahead and pull that up as well. And I'm not endorsed by anything that I'm showing you here. This is just basically me showing you some different things that you can look into to kind of help you get your best foot forward. So for example, if you get into desktop support, a lot of people like to go to the A+ certifications. So you can definitely look at the A+ for that specifically. You want cloud administration, whether you're doing Google or you're doing Azure or whatever, you want something that is vendor neutral. You have the CompTIA Cloud. You're in the cybersecurity, you have that as well. And the CompTIA site actually lets you see what path that you need to go down so that you can be able to reach necessary role that you are looking for specifically. Now, the career paths is whether you're going down the networking track, you're going down the software track, you're going down the cybersecurity track. You have to figure out which one is going to best fit you and fit the narrative for what you're wanting to get into. And so the baby steps of this all before you choose any of these that I'm showing you here. You want to look at if you want to learn about the systems, you're looking for a vendor neutral certification. The CompTIA A plus deals with more of the IT operations side, like the break fix of computers, repairing and stuff like that, and already learning the essentials and foundational knowledge. The A plus is a great place to start. You see what domains that it actually covered if you're looking for the cert route. If you don't have a cert, you want to get into the space, you can basically come up to the entry level IT jobs and you can type a computer technician. And the computer technician roles are going to be you actually going out, you are break fixing the computers, you're getting out there, getting your hands dirty, you're really breaking them down. You may run a couple cables. That's what you're doing. Looking at that, there are different types of ones you can get for like school systems, working in the school. You also have ones that may be for mom and pop shops and things like that. So if I was looking at this here and I wanted to look and see what would be a pretty good start for a help desk like role, a help desk role would really help you out a lot. So for example, you have this one for Mid South IT from the University of Arkansas, Little Rock. So if we go into here, I'm looking at this job description. I'm seeing they deal a little bit with Microsoft as well here. And let's see, Microsoft, Microsoft.com. So I know that they work a little bit with my Microsoft just from a little bit of description that they have there. We're going straight down to the job description. You're reporting to the IT manager. So there may be an IT manager, not necessarily director level there, reporting to them. You will also work with a senior network and system administrator. So somebody who's running the network, somebody who's running the help desk side. You're working with both of them. You're also looking at deployments and upgrades of software applications, basically installing software. You're also looking at, not limited to, the maintenance of Linux and Windows systems, which will be great experience. So you're going to be like a jack of all trades for this particular role right here. You also have virus protection and backups and troubleshooting and future planning of maintenance and numerous other types of software applications. And so the only thing that they require is basically a high school diploma or GED for this specific role right here. So even if you don't have a high school diploma or a GED, you must be enrolled in the IT focused degree plan or other related degree program, which means that they're looking for somebody who's probably going to be much more in the school system there, maybe an internship, or a student who's at ULAR or UALR, University of Arkansas Little Rock, and prefer education. They want somebody who is going into the IT space or field there. Now, here's the thing when you're looking at the experience level up here, you can definitely look at the entry level experience here. Once you select that, I want you to look at the pay, and you see the pay goes all the way up to here. Don't be concerned about that at all. If you are just starting out, getting your feet wet, definitely look at roles that's going to be probably about 40,000 plus. Don't try to focus on roles that are close to six figures if you're not there yet. Forget about the pay right now. Look at the experience. Now, those baby steps are going to make you a little bit much more confident over the course of time. You have to start somewhere. Some people get lucky and they actually start out in a really good salary range. They may start, heck, some people start way over six figures a year. However, a lot of them have certifications, for example, that may exceed the CompTIA Security Plus. They may be in the cybersecurity field, and someone who may go out, for example, and they may get a CYSA certification. And then you're looking at this right here, and you're in the security space, you're going to have a little bit more pull in order to generate a higher salary with the higher level certs. So sometimes the certs that may be like the CISSP, for example, and this is like pretty new. The CISSP certification is about ISC2 or ISC square. This one right here, this particular certification is just about equivalent to a master's degree. Okay. So this one's going to be a little bit much more intense. It's going to focus on more domains, like 8 domains. You have to have 5 years of work experience with this as well. But you're going to have the opportunity to actually earn a lot more money. And these are the particular roles that normally would have the CISSP. So if you're new into the IT space, some of this won't make sense to you. But if for those of you who may have a little bit of experience and you're looking for much more that security role, those are the type of roles that you are able to get into when you're earning this specific type of cert. So let's take a step back here. Now that we got our mindset set up, we're looking for something entry level. We want to get our feet wet. We want to get into it. So the first thing is you want to learn what the operating system is about on the computer, right? You want to learn the operating systems. You want to be able to identify the parts. You want to be able to fix the simple errors that may come up. So what I want you to do is if you don't have an old computer, like for example, this computer that I have right here is an extremely old one. This is one that um, I got here that was being thrown away. I decided to use it, and that is how I am beginning to not only learn more, but also do a little bit more cybersecurity stuff with that, which I'll go into that a little bit later. But you definitely want something that's going to allow you to tear it up a little bit, break it apart so that you can learn it a whole lot more than what you currently have right now. Now, here's what I want you to be able to focus on as you are going through this. I want you to hone in on learning the different operating systems that are out there. So, operating systems are going to be the different type of software that's going to be installed on the computer, which is going to be much more of a Windows operating system, whether at this current time maybe Windows 11. Some systems and some businesses may be Windows 10. Hopefully, nobody's running Windows XP or Windows 7 or Windows Vista anymore. You also have Mac OS as well. Now, Mac OS, that is going to be at the current time of this particular video. There's going to be Sequoia 15.5. Anybody running like Mountain Lion and all that stuff, and El Capitan, for example, you're going to be kind of like a little bit outdated there. But it's either Windows, Mac, or Linux. And Linux is going to be mostly free because you can get those through the distros in that particular space. And so if you don't know what the distros are in that space, for example, you can basically go into Google. You can definitely type in operating systems on PC. You can see all the different types of operating systems here. Some, systems dealing with Chrome use Chrome OS. There are some other ones that are out there like Ubuntu, which you can download those for free. I'll pull those up so I can show you. So if you're looking for a free way to get you an old computer, for one, you can go out to eBay, you can go to Amazon. I just chose eBay because you may be able to get a little bit cheaper since a lot of people don't really shop there anymore. For example, you can just type in, I'm going to go with let's see, a lot of people normally go with Dell. You can go with Lenovo. And so if you go with the Lenovo laptops, what you can look at here, look at the ratings that are on there as well. And then what I want you to keen in and focus on as you're looking through this, I want you to particularly focus on the cost of the system itself. Buying a used computer, I would not spend over $300 just on a dummy computer just for you to be practicing your IT skills on. You can go out here to eBay and find something really cheap. Like for example, make sure it's not a Chromebook. Make sure at least you have maybe 8 gigs of RAM should do you just fine if you just tinkering around, just trying to learn. You want it to be a little bit faster, 16 is fine. Once you start getting over 16 gigs of RAM, it's going to be a little bit much more higher in terms of the cost. You definitely want the screen to be a little bit bigger. I would say definitely over a 13-inch as well. And as far as a processor, you can probably get by with an i5. You're gonna once you start getting into like i7s or above, that's gonna be a little bit more costly. But the operating system is what I want you to focus in on. If you're going to be practicing the computer systems, I will go with a Windows 10 Pro, which is professional, or Windows 11 professional. The reason why I would not go with home is because the home ones you cannot join to a domain, meaning if you're working on computers in a work environment, if it is a Windows-based home operating system, you will not be able to join the computer as a fully qualified domain name to a domain controller once you start practicing your IT operations side in terms of system administration. So make sure that you focus in on systems that's going to be the Windows 10 Pro. 11 Pro going to be a little bit more costly, but get the drift. And for example, a refurbished system like this one right here, this one wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm not endorsing this particular person that's selling this, but say if I took this same system right here and I went directly over to Amazon, all right, and I went to Amazon and I go ahead, I'm going to post this system right here. Let's see what pulls up here. And if we look between the two, see, I have about 200 some dollars, something like that on there. So these are still not bad, depending on what system that you choose, not bad at all. Now that once you got the operating system down selected, you want to be able to identify the parts to the computer. So here's where it's going to get very, very interesting. You want to get some books that are going to be intro to computers. And the different books, there's going to be so many different ones that are out there. A lot of these you can view for free through like a Kindle app, or you can probably view them free online through some other sites. But what you're looking for is you're looking for computer hardware and DIY type stuff to help you walk through it. Once you go through it, I would definitely look at books that may be something for dummies. Don't take that literally, just something just to, get you going. Definitely look at those books. You can look at, I've seen some of the books as well that look kind of like this as far as the cover with the how computers really work. And definitely, if you know somebody, definitely talk with them. If you got some questions, put it in the channel. I'll definitely try to get back with you and get some more quick information out over there to you. If you're not a book person, you are more of a video person, you can definitely look at other sites. For example, you have Pluralsight. And Pluralsight is going to be an online courses and learning paths dealing with certifications in IT. So there's going to be could be some definitely some entry level courses on there. I looked at this from the business side, but if you're looking at, for example, like learning paths or actually hands-on learning would probably be best. You can actually see some of the other different sites or sandboxes here and labs, hands-on and things that you can try as well. Another one under that same umbrella is going to be Udemy. Udemy. So with Foresight, you pay for the access fee to access the site, which is going to definitely cost you X number of dollars a month. You can definitely look on there for the best pricing. Udemy is going to be much more of a courses on demand, which means that you individually select each individual course and you pay a small amount for that, but those costs add up over time. If you are going to go with Udemy, make sure that the number of courses that you buy in a month do not exceed what you would have been able to pay for Pluralsight or any of things like CBT Nuggets or something like that. Make sure that you keep that in mind. And so for Udemy, for example, I got desktop support. Type in desktop support. You have desktop IT support levels 1 and 2 in real life troubleshooting. $17 and 99 cent course that was like $99.99. So you can definitely look at that. So that's not a bad deal for somebody who wants to learn. Absolutely do not want to spend any money. Just go onto the YouTube site, and that's going to help you be able to get those baby steps in so that you can grow your IT career track and foundations brick by brick. Now, if you can break it down, you will most definitely be able to understand it, put it back together. You're actually going to be learning in everything. Now, let's take a look at the next piece that we're going to get into here. So, the thing about the growth in the IT space is IT is a journey. It is not a sprint. It's not something that you should run through. You should be real sure that once you get into this space, you're gonna want to learn. Your first role is not going to be a glamorous job. You're gonna hate it. It's probably gonna be help desk more than likely, which it should be, or desktop support. I urge newbies to go into one of those spaces, help desk support, or going into the IT support in terms of desktop support. So desktop support or help desk. Why? Because you get to meet people, you get to talk, you get to learn how to figure things out, you get to learn how to ask questions, and those roles will sharpen your problem solving skills. They're going to help you with your customer service skills, and you're going to have to be able to take something that the customer said and translate it into IT terms. For example, you may have some people who may call the modem the hard drive, or they may call an actual PC the server. Like, you need to be able to document that so that you can put that information in tickets and move forward in order to resolve it. Now, many people who are in much more senior roles in organizations themselves, they started out in entry level roles, such as myself. I started out in entry level roles. I worked my way up and move forward and beyond that end up working out very, very well. And I'm able to basically come on back on YouTube like this and actually provide some insightful information. So I hope this is definitely giving you some feedback as you're going into it. What I want to make sure that we take a look at so that you can most definitely see it and definitely understand it. When you're looking at your IT specific roles, let's look at help desk technician. And you can do this on LinkedIn as well. I'm not endorsed by any of these channels, or am I being paid. I'm just basically giving you some free information, just so that way you can get a better understanding. Now, with help desk roles, we're gonna look for full time. And say, for example, there's one role on here like for $35,000 a year. Some people may not take it, but say, for example, you're just trying to get your feet wet. You're already working at a fast food place you don't like. You want something a little bit more stable. You can definitely look for a role that is going to help you get into a different part. This is one example right here: user support specialist, a user support coordinator, associate IT on site support. These roles go from 45 to $98,000 a year. New people coming in making this money, yes, it does absolutely happen. But you see the roles that you're getting into. Service desk technician, $46,000 a year on call. If you see on call, that means that you can be woken up at any time, 24/7, 365 on a rotational basis to take calls with that organization. But look at the big benefits: health insurance, vision, dental, paid holidays, day shifts may vary. You may work day shifts, you may work night shifts. In IT, you work all around the clock. First point of contact for seeing customers calling in must acquire really great customer service skills, good technical aptitude to looking to grow their IT career. They're looking for somebody to do the groundwork, the grunt work. Somebody's got to do the grunt work in the organization. Why not it be the newbies, a lot like you? You're getting this experience. It's going to help you out. I think that you will do just fine. Definitely stay motivated. I would go and also look at the minimum skills education experience. For example, you don't know what firewalls are, you basically come over here, you copy that, you go into Google. Okay. What is a firewall? I know what a firewall is, but you may not. Type the answer in Google. And firewalls, most of the time you're gonna get stuff coming from Cisco anyway. But go into there and AI, Gemini is there. For example, a firewall, a security system that monitors, controls network traffic based on predefined rules. That means in businesses, a firewall sits between the outside public internet and between that and what's inside the organization. It protects bad actors from using programs and things of getting through into your organization to affect the host or the computers. Learn those terms because those terms are going to be they're going to work out good for you. This is almost synonymous to somebody who's a carpenter putting a firewall in between studs in the wall. The information is here. I'm being honest. I'm being transparent with you because sometimes it's hurt, but the honesty will definitely help you grow. I definitely want you all to keep that in mind. And everyone has to start somewhere in this space. Many of you are not going to get the roles that you absolutely want that may pay the most amount of money per year, but it takes consistent baby steps. And in a year or 2 years or whatever, you'll look back and realize that you've built a real IT foundation in which you need in order to thrive and start your particular journey in IT. So, next time, we're going to take a look and talk about how you actually get your hands on old computers and start practicing with it. Definitely make sure that you all tap into the channel. Definitely look forward to hearing from you all. Like, listen, subscribe. DevTech 101, aka Black Mantle. Look forward to bringing more content, of course, to you all soon. Enjoy. Stay sharp, stay secure. Subscribe for more tech with purpose only on DevTech 101.